4 600 000 hektarów użytków rolnych. Tyle mamy ich w Irlandii, z czego aż 4 miliony to użytki zielone, głównie pastwiska. Nie dziwota zatem, że Irlandia mlekiem i wołowiną stoi. Ponad 90% całej produkcji irlandzkiej wołowiny, mleka i baraniny jest eksportowane głównie do Wielkiej Brytanii, ale także do krajów Unii Europejskiej. I pojawia się pytanie, czy możliwe jest, że opłacalny jest także opas? Dzisiaj jesteśmy w takim gospodarstwie pokazowym wprawdzie, ale okazuje się, że opas może być opłacalny. Jest to trochę inny system niż u nas, ponieważ to gospodarstwo kupuje cielęta od farm mlecznych, które są krzyżowane z bydłem rasy mięsnej. Najczęściej są to zwierzęta rasy Hereford lub Angus. Czy jest to opłacalne? Tak. A dlaczego? Ano dlatego, że co prawda oni narzekają, że nie jest to tak opłacalne jak kiedyś, ale dziś dostają irlandzcy rolnicy za kilogram żywej wagi w skupie wołowiny, dostają między 6,5 a 7 euro za kilogram, podczas gdy koszty wahają się na poziomie 5 euro za 1 kilogram żywej wagi. Tyle kosztuje wyprodukowanie 1 kilograma właśnie wołowiny w tym gospodarstwie. Czy to się opłaca? Jak to robią? Bo bazują przede wszystkim na pastwiskach. Jakie są dzienne przyrosty? O tym posłuchacie za chwilkę. Wydaje się, że opas bydła mlecznego nie jest tak popularny w całej Europie. Okazuje się, że w Irlandii jest to pewien sposób, żeby poprawić efektywność gospodarstw. Jesteśmy na gospodarstwie doświadczalnym Tipperary Demonstration Farm. To również południowa część Irlandii. Tutaj możemy zobaczyć, jak opłacalne jest na żywym przykładzie gospodarstwa pokazowego, jaka opłacalność jest opasu w Irlandii. Jest ze mną Alan Dillon.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you. And I am very happy that you find a little bit time for Polish,
Yes.
For Polish people, for Polish farmers. Can you say a few words about organization? This organization who organized also this demonstration farm.
Okay, so I work for an organization called Teagasc, and what we are the national advisory body for Ireland. So we provide the agricultural research, the advisory and training, and the education to students. We are government funded, and we have around 1,500 staff working in the organisation across all elements. This farm here is an actual demonstration farm. So this is funded by Teagasc, by some of the dairy processors, and Dawn Meats, who are a large meat processor in Ireland and would have factories in the UK and Germany, etc. as well. So basically what this is here is a calf to beef setup. It's 440 calves are purchased from the dairy herd every spring, and they are of varying genetics, varying breeds: Angus, Hereford, Charolais, Limousin, Sailor, etc. And they're a mix of males and females. So the idea here is we employ staff, we lease this farm, and we see can we make a profit. So this year we're just having an open day on the farm to show, I suppose, what profit was made in the last 12 months and what we've learned from the workings on the farm, what went right and what went wrong. Okay. So last year the farm turned, after paying staff, a net profit of around I think about 170,000 euros. This doesn't include any EU subsidies, and the full labour cost is included in that. Now there is no lease cost included in that for the farm. That is paid for by Teagasc, so that lease cost would be on top of that as well. So these calves will be taken through to finish Generally at around 20 to 22 months of age. That's kind of the target. We're focused on having an early age of slaughter on the basis that it reduces our environmental carbon emissions and hopefully allows for a more profitable finishing system.
Okay, the most important questions every farmers in the whole world is efficiency.
Yes.
So, what is the price of beef today? It is profitability for yeah.
So the price of beef in Ireland today, we're at a base price of €6.60 a kilo. Then you add in some bonuses, so you'd probably be talking for a lot of cattle close to €7 a kilo when bonuses are included. The cost of production on this farm is around €5.70 per kilo, and the buying cost of the calf on top of that. So the calf price has gone up a lot in Ireland. Calves have gotten quite expensive in the last year or two. We would have had Frisian calves in the spring of 2024 selling for 50 to 100 euros. Those same calves now are making 300 to 400 euros.
Okay.
Angus's would have been making 150 euros. They're now 450 to 500 euros.
This price is good for you?
Good
what do you think?
Good for the dairy farmer, not so good for the beef farmer.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's taking a lot of money out of their pockets, but that's the way the market goes. We were, up to 2 years ago, our beef price was probably around €5 a kilo, 5.10. It's now, we were at €8 for some of last year. We're back to around close to €7 at the minute, but it's still very strong compared to where we were.
Just can you say a few words about this feeding system, about the whole system?
Yeah.
You buy calves, yeah? They are 2 weeks?
About 3 weeks old, roughly. 2 to 3
old.
Yeah. They're bought directly from farms. So we have a relationship built up on this farm with a number of dairy farmers, and we have an influence on the sires the AI sires that they use. So we pick out some of the bulls to use for them, and they use them, and we guarantee them a minimum price for the calves when they're purchased. So calves arrive here 3 weeks of age. They're reared on milk replacer until, I suppose, around 12 weeks. Then they're weaned at that stage and they're put out to grass. They're on grass then until probably around November time, and they're housed at that stage inside for the winter. And the target is to have them back out to grass the following February.
In February?
February.
Oh, it's so early.
Well, it depends on weather. Some years it's March, some years it's February. It depends on how dry or how wet it is. And for the first winter, they're simply fed grass silage and a small amount of concentrates, maybe 2 kilos of concentrates.
Okay.
The second year after they go out in February, they're given grass only until around August time.
To August?
Yes.
Okay.
From August on, we start to select cattle for feeding, for processing. And the heifers would start to be fed from around August, September onwards, with the target of starting to send them to pre-processed in and around late September, early October. The steers, it's all steers here. There's no full bulls in Ireland really much. Our main market is the UK, and they require steers for their market, so that's what we do. So it's all castrated. The steers then are sent for processing depending on when they've reached their target fat score. So when there's a good cover of fat on the animal, they are then at the stage where they'll be processed, and that happens typically with the steers from around November time until March.
Till March. Okay.
So it depends on the breed. The Charolais and Friesians and Limousines will be later, and the Angus and Hereford earlier.
And I have 2 questions. The biggest cost in this process, what do you think?
Generally it's the last finishing period, especially if we're feeding them inside for a long time. Some of the late maturing breeds like Charolais, Limousines and some Friesians also, they would require maybe 120 days of feeding. It costs us around €4 a day to feed them inside, roughly.
€4
per day, per head. So that would be around a €500 finishing cost for finishing cattle inside in the shed. Whereas some of the Angus Herefords, the heifers in particular, would have maybe, we would be feeding them maybe 4 to 5 kilos of concentrates at grass, and that will have them finished. But they will be much lighter than the steers.
So is the system is popular in Ireland or not? Or you have only you have how many dairy farms in Ireland or dairy animals?
We have around 16,000 dairy farmers.
60,000. 16,000.
Yeah, and they have an average of around 100 cows, which would mean we've around close to 1.6 million, 1.5, 1.6 million dairy cows in Ireland. Obviously, a proportion of these animals are heifers that are used for replacements, and the balance are for beef. So around 1 to 200,000 of these dairy bred calves are exported every year. So some go, the main markets are Poland, Netherlands and Spain. The balance then are bought by Irish beef farmers, and around 1 million calves roughly, and they are
1 million,
close to 1 million, and they are bought and reared on Irish beef farms to various stages. Some people take them and sell them at a year old live, some people sell them at a year and a half old live, and a lot of them will take them through and finish them on their own farm for processing. We also have around 750,000 beef suckler cows as well in Ireland. Some of them are exported live at 12 months of age, 10 to 12 months of age, and the remainder are taken through to slaughter in Ireland as well.
I have one question because how I say earlier, I'm take care of also in our magazine about grass management, grassland management. I have one question because how looks like grazing system here in Ireland. So how many the number of the animals per hectare?
Okay, so
do you reseeding?
Yes, reseeding would be done on many intensive farms here. Okay, there's a bit of a divide on Irish farms. You have some farmers that are very lowly stocked, part-time farmers. They would be at probably less than 1.2 livestock units to the hectare. Versus you have some on the dairy side in particular, you would have dairy farmers stocked at around 3 livestock units to the hectare. 3? Yes, in a grazing management system. So reseeding, the target would be here to reseed your farm every 10 years. So 10% of your land every year would be going for reseeding, ideally. So it's a highly stocked farm. There will be quite an amount of chemical nitrogen going out. We do have a lot of clover in the mix as well. We do use clover, but nutrient application is of the utmost importance here, and grazing infrastructure.
Do you have regulation if we say about nitrogen? Do you have regulation? Because we have in Poland 170 kilo per hectare. We can use nitrogen.
We have a derogation in Ireland, so we can go up to 220 kilos organic nitrogen. In Ireland. Now that derogation is up for review every couple of years, so we don't know. We have it until
What's happening next year?
Well, we have it until 2029.
29.
We don't know after that. We might not have it. That's up to the EU Commission to decide. But we are highly regulated in terms of the, I suppose, nutrient management on the farm, slurry applications, chemical nitrogen levels, buffer zones around water courses, etc. There's a lot of regulation there, a lot of inspections happening in Ireland. Yes.
And if you back to the grazing, yes. So it's intensive or more extensive system? It's
both in Ireland. It depends. It's the highly stocked farmers would be very intensive grazing. That would be
so ryegrass.
Ryegrass, yes. Sometimes with clover in the mix as well.
White clover or red clover?
Generally white. We do use some red clover. It's got quite popular for silage here. But white clover is generally what's used, and there would be quite an intensive amount of nitrogen being applied, chemical nitrogen, along with phosphorus and potassium applied as well. And then that's on the highly stocked farms. We also have a lot of the beef suckler herds, etc. would be quite extensive. low levels of nitrogen, not much reseeding, lightly stocked farms wouldn't be, but they would generally be part-time farms with off-farm jobs.
Okay, I see that you have, I read about that you have 4.0 million pasture. That's right or not? It's possible?
It's possible, yes.
Yeah,
I know exactly what
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge number, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
So then I understand why they look so, I understand why they look so nice, because it's almost all the time raining. Not today, not yesterday, not 2 weeks ago, but how looks like per year the rainings day, how many or how much rain?
It varies. We had a huge amount of rain from last October until this June. 4 weeks ago, these fields were saturated wet. We're doing severe damage with cows, with stock out in them, and we haven't had hardly any rain in about 4 weeks, nothing. So it's burned up again. But this is unusual. We generally don't suffer from drought much in Ireland, very little. Generally it's the opposite, it gets too wet.
Welcome in my world.
Yeah, in Ireland generally land gets too wet. It's that we get too much rain, soil gets saturated, and it's untrafficable. You can't graze.
So maybe I take some this rainings day to
take
the pollen.
Keep it. But let's say some years in 2023 we had a terrible summer. It rained the whole summer. We had all stock off land by probably September. It was so wet. It got so wet. It was desperate. Whereas last year and this year the summers have been quite good. But we had quite a wet spring. We had a very bad spring this year up until about the middle of June, and it dried up. It's dry. It's been very dry since.
Okay, so average, how it looks like?
About one. It depends where you are in the country. Around here, you get about 1.2 meters of rain per year.
1.2
meters.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
For me, it's huge.
In the west of Ireland, you could get about 1.8 meters.
Okay.
And in the east, you could be down to about 900 mils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What can I say? Just I have one question for my colleagues.
Yes.
Daily weight growth and one day how it looks like.
Well, it varies. Weight gain varies with the stage of life.
Yeah.
In these animals.
Of course.
So in the calf stage, we target 0.7 kilos per day.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good number.
Up until around, I suppose, weaning time. From the time they go to grass until they are housed in the autumn. In their first year of life, we target around 0.8, maybe 0.9 of a kilo per day. For the first winter, we target around 0.6 of a kilo.
1.6?
No, 0.6.
0.6
for the first winter.
First winter, okay.
Yes. The second year at grass, so these type of guys, we'd be hoping to do around 1 kilo per day.
Yeah.
Now it changes because the first half of the year, from let's say March until June, they will achieve probably about 1.2, 1.3.
It's a good number.
It's good, but as grass quality maybe declines a bit, in the second half from let's say July onwards, it drops down to maybe 0.7, 0.8. Okay, so we average around a kilo, 1 kilo.
Yeah.
And then in the final finishing phase, when they're inside in the shed, being fed for processing, around 1.2 a day we aim for. That's our target, 1.2 kilos.
1.2 kilo. This is good number because in Poland we said every number 1 kilo and 1.1 kilo, 1.2 kilo. It's a good number in Poland. Yeah. And what do you think? I ask every people here in Ireland. What do you think? It's because you said that they working without subsidies, EU subsidies. Yeah, that's right. This farm.
Well, this farm does, but the average farmer doesn't. But this farm does work. There's no subsidies used on this farm. None. No, not on this one.
Okay.
Because it's a demonstration farm and it's funded by private organisations and the state.
Okay.
So it's work without them.
What do you think? It's possible to live without today without subsidies?
It's in years like this where beef price is quite high and calf prices are still maybe at a moderate level. Yeah, you can work without them, but we've had other years too where we can't work without them. You know, it's the average farm in Ireland is only 32 hectares. It's quite small.
32?
32 hectares.
Okay.
Yes. So because of that, you're reliant on subsidies to bolster income. Without subsidies, it'd be very hard to make an income off these farms, you know. So that's what's keeping these farms in place, is the subsidies. But this is a larger scale farm. It's 134 hectares, and it's, I suppose,
How many hectares they have grass here?
125, I think, or something
Okay.
like that. Yeah, it's nearly, there's a small bit of barley growing out there. It's a small bit, about 20 acres, 10 hectares or something like that.
It's spring barley?
Spring barley, yeah. And the rest is all grass.
I have only one question. What do you think? What is the most important thing in this system? What can you say for Polish farmers?
Well, I suppose you run a different system to us. It's predominantly bulls, I think, you run in Poland, and it's probably an indoor system more than anything. I suppose the biggest challenges we're facing in the last few years, I suppose, on these type farms, I suppose one thing is health, the health of the animals. Ireland has moved much more towards vaccinating against, like, diseases, respiratory diseases such as pneumonias, etc. There's a lot of vaccinating of calves going on now that was never happening before, because we're seeing more and more of these respiratory illnesses coming into calves, and that's the biggest problem we see on farms now. The second thing is, I suppose, while it's a different system, it's hitting those efficiencies, you know, in terms of stage of life. You can't lose out on any, I suppose, stage of life in terms of daily weight gains. And as well as that, the biggest problem we see is paying too much for these calves. These calves are getting very expensive, and really they would not.
How much do you pay for these calves?
I'd say an average around 450 euros between everything. That's between good and bad. Calves have increased by around 200 to 250 euros per head here in the last 2 years.
Okay.
It's quite substantial.
Yeah.
So it's an extra 100,000 we're spending here buying calves on this farm this year.
Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
It was very nice to meet you, and thank you that you find a little bit time, because it was hard day.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
So maybe next year you find a little bit time and visit Poland farm.
Thank you very much.
I'll show you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Brilliant.